So today I am really tired and I had a really nice bath, but yeah, I got some pretty bad. I wore a foot cream, a foot mask thing last week, and it seems to have burnt my toe. I don't know what's going on. It's all peeling now. Hopefully it'll be fine in a week's time, but even my other foot was only on. I put it on for 20 minutes on one of my feet, and then I put it on 20 minutes on the other foot. And I guess there is 2 feet, but I was going to use it on two separate days. I didn't use the second one. I was like, okay, I'm not using that again after that. But I think I've had an allergic reaction or something. I think this is an allergic reaction. It's taken a week for it to actually like properly. But yeah, it looked like it was like a burn for like the last week, and now it's all finally peeling. But it's pretty disgusting. But yeah, um, so I'm going through this plan that I'm making now, and I was thinking because I did the sort of the angel names, and then I was trying to I mixed it with the on my Facebook page. I mixed it with the other pictures that I had of the plan and the ideas that I had for how it should play out. But I've got a towel underneath here, so it looks a bit uncomfortable. But yeah, but it looked a bit of a mess. And I was thinking, I watched a video yesterday of people talking about the Trump's plan of 2025 or whatever. Yeah, it seemed like most of it was jargon, and I'm not going to take it very seriously or anything. But I yeah, it inspired me to want to make something a bit more neater with it out of my plan, and have proper gaps in between. I've definitely noticed that they seem to be linked in together. Often there's two out of the angels. They're often born similar to, on a similar day or on the same day if it's supposed to see something. And yeah, you can say there's quite a lot to say, and I felt like there's quite a lot more things that I could add to the plan that I was doing yesterday. So I'm kind of doing it again, but it's taking forever, and I'm finding it very tiring and draining. Um, and yeah, I think there's a lot of things that I could say in regards to that. Um, I'm what else to say? I don't want to keep talking about my sisters, but I'm going to have to put it in the middle of the video because, yeah, but she's basically said that my sister is not welcome in her house any longer. So it's amazing that it's gone from, let's move together and then signing a contract and about to move in to you're not welcome in my house and I'm going to blame it on you because you're talking to your sister about stuff and she's talking about online. My sister's not telling me anything. I'm analyzing things online because my sister's telling me nothing and just tiny little bits of pieces. She told me that they were going to move in and I was thinking, they're going to have a big house here, which is a good idea. And I said, are social services getting involved? Are they helping this? And she was just like, this is their idea. And I was like, okay. So I felt a bit supported. But she said that one to me on Monday, and then I listened to the solicitors meeting the day later, and I was confused because nothing was about the house plan. Nothing seemed to be anything about this. And then I was thinking about the house plan, and I was realizing that there's not going to be enough space for Leo. So if Sophie had have gone in with this contract for a year to live in this really big, expensive flat, there's no space for Leo in there because they would have only got one room, and the other person would have got three because she's got three kids. So she would have got 3 rooms, Sophie would have got one room, and that would have had to be with her, the partner, and her baby, and there's still no room for the other child. So I was thinking that something's wrong here, and she signed the contract within like a week of talking about this, and I was wondering, is this a real deal or what? And she wouldn't tell me anything. She's not telling me anything, but from what I gather, she was the one who put the deposit down. She was the one who perhaps signed a contract. I don't know if there was a contract or not, but I asked her if was it you or her, and she wouldn't tell me. So I'm assuming that means that it was her who was signing the contract. In which case, if if this other person couldn't get the government funding to back this project, the bill would have all fallen on Sophie. And if she's offering to do babysitting and stuff, then it's fair to offer 50, 70 pounds a day. This is fine and expected. But it's not fine to encourage someone to rent out a 4 bedroomed house on the belief that the government is going to pay for everything and all she needs to do is pay for bills and electrics, only for a month in to realize that actually that's not the truth. You're the one that's paid the deposit. You're the one that's names on the contract. They might have a verbal agreement that they're all going to tip in and they're all going to share, and maybe they would have done. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have done. But if you've done a contract where your name is the only one that's on that contract and you're the one that's put the deposit in, you're the one that's going to have to pay if the other person doesn't. And I don't think my sister understands that. She's very gullible, and she relies on, oh, they say that, then that's the truth because they've said it, and they wouldn't lie, even though I don't actually know anything about her. She was telling me not to say anything about this person online, and I was like, well, how can I say anything about this person online? You haven't told me anything. The tiny bits of details that I'm getting from you are me working things out because you haven't told me things. It's a lot of it's on what she hasn't said. And then I was trying to say, well, if you tell me nice things, then I'll have a better view and I'll be able to retract some things that I said. And she said she wouldn't tell me anything. So I'm just, my guess is that this person has made her feel like it's all her fault for telling me stuff when it's not. That person doesn't know that Sophie's really not telling me anything. And the only reason why I saw how big and nice the house was because the deal fell apart, and I was looking at that thinking that's an impressive house for something that was going to be all paid for by the government. And then I'm thinking, is that really going to be paid for by the government? Especially considering Sophie's got 2 properties and lots of money in, well, not, she's got money in her account, not a huge amount or anything, but enough to pay for it. But yeah, I just, um, you know, if you're going to go into an agreement, you have to know the terms of it. And if you're just going, that's the problem with verbal terms. If you're making verbal agreements for people you barely know, it's not good. And I don't think Sophie understands that. As for the thing that I'm doing now, I was planning on saying a lot more, but I've actually kind of forgotten a lot of it. But yeah, I don't know.